according to Ahmadinejad, he believes that he had a personal role in his election, winning the election, because he believes that he is to help usher in the age of the Mahdi. The word Mahdi is a reference to someone they call the rightly guided one. Okay, now this is going to be extremely important. Everything I've said so far will help explain why this next few minutes are going to be very important. You have to listen to this. On November 16th, just 3 years ago, in Tehran, he made this statement, quote, this is right after he was elected, "Our revolution's main mission is to pave the path of the glorious reappearance of Imam Mahdi. May Allah hasten his reappearance." There's a teaching in Islam that this 12th Imam was actually went into seclusion, and he has temporarily stayed in a well or an underground area and a cave or whatever, and he's going to soon make his appearance. When he does, he's going to bring world peace. Okay? Now, you can read about this in several of the writings, but the most popular one is a book that details great things about the Mahdi. Now, this is the direct descendant of Muhammad. Now, Muhammad, now you got to understand, folks, I'm trying to think the best way to describe this. When you look at the description of what I'm getting ready to read to you, keep in consideration, this is the good guy in their thinking. But in our thinking, this is the bad guy. This is who we call the Antichrist. Okay? Let me have you listen to this. According to Islam, the Mahdi will emerge after a period of great turmoil and suffering on the earth. Do you remember what Jesus says? And in those days there will be great tribulation. Okay? He will establish peace, justice, and righteousness throughout the world and eradicate tyranny and oppression. Okay, this is their description of the Mahdi. He will be the supreme political and religious leaders for all Muslims. Jesus will descend to the earth soon after the appearance of the Mahdi. See, now Muslims believe in Jesus. They believe Jesus was a prophet, just like they believe Adam and Abraham and Moses were prophets. They believe Jesus is a prophet. They just don't believe he's the Son of God. So guess what? They believe that Jesus is going to come back after the Mahdi is revealed, and that he is going to be the Mahdi's spiritual advisor. How many know there's some parallel here in the Old Testament or the Bible called the false prophet? Okay? Okay? Now he's going to be seen to pray behind the Mahdi. True Christians will follow Jesus in accepting the Mahdi as their leader at the time and will become Muslim. He will be a direct descendant of Muhammad through his daughter Fatima. Now, anybody have any Catholic background ever heard of Fatima before? Now, isn't it odd that in the Quran, Mary is referred to more than Mary is referred to in the Bible? The Quran teaches that Mary gave virgin birth to Jesus. They believe that Mary is a sacred soul. Now, here's the amazing thing. Isn't it interesting, during all this time when the Bible talks about these world governmental coming together, there's also a world religion coming together. And isn't it odd that there's a religion that unites all these religions together under their thing? And it's the Fatima. If those of you that are Catholic will remember, this is where the little children saw this appearance of a woman who claimed herself to be Mary, and talked about 3 traumatic things that would happen upon the earth. 2 of them that's already come to pass, and 1 supposedly getting ready to come to pass. And it will be the revelation of a kind of a black pope that's going to help usher in the end of the world. Now, these are all extra biblical revelations. They're non-valid in my opinion. And yet, folks, I think it's obvious that they have a bearing in some people's minds. But let's go on. According to the teachings of Islam, the Mahdi will have unparalleled spiritual power, political power, military power. He will be a world leader and will invade many countries. He will unite the Muslim world and the non-Muslim world and will create a one world government. Hello? Okay? He will appear riding on a white horse. That's what the Muslims teach. Matter of fact, the drawings you see at the top there, that's all official drawings from the Muslim religion of Mahdi when he appears. He will make a 7-year peace treaty with a Jew of priestly lineage and will establish a new Islamic world headquarters from Jerusalem. Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm telling you, somebody's been sneaking in the Bible getting some notes here. Folks, that's exactly what the Bible says the Antichrist will do. Exactly. Except it didn't say a Jew of priestly lineage, but that's, according to Islam, is how it's going to happen. But of course, you've got to remember, this is the good guy in their mind. He will lead a large-scale military action against all those who oppose him. Being a devout Muslim, he will be the enforcer of Sharia law, which demands the beheading of those who reject it. Read Revelation 13. Those who would not receive the mark, they were cut off. And how many remember how they were killed according to Revelation? That cut off. Now you think right now, what governmental body, what religious system is known worldwide for beheading people? It's Islam. Okay, hold on. Oh, is this all a coincidence or what? Okay. He will have supernatural powers from Allah over the weather and crops. He will rediscover the Ark of the Covenant from the Sea of Galilee. Well, you ever wondered, I wonder how the Jews are going to get their temple to be able to have a place to put their ark. Wouldn't it be interesting if an Islamic leader shows up and says, you know what? You can have the mount back. Forget the fight. You can have it back. Wouldn't that be a coincidental answer to the dilemma? Especially if they find the ark. He will discover some previously undiscovered biblical manuscripts and will use them to dispute with the Jews and will cause some Jews to convert to Islam. He will conquer Israel for Islam and lead a faithful Muslim in a final slaughter or battle against the Jews. And how many know that's the wrong battle? That one's when Jesus shows up and kicks the devil's rear end. Now that's all from Islamic beliefs. This is all from their official belief system. Now keep in mind, I'm talking about the dude that's the president of Iran. All right, now listen to this. One of the first acts of Ahmadinejad's government was to donate. I can't read. Okay. What happens is my tongue gets in front of my eye teeth and I can't see what I'm saying, so it messes me up. Because I know I got to cover stuff as so quick as I can. But listen to this. One of the first acts of Ahmadinejad's government was to donate over $19 million to the Jamkaran Mosque, which is the area where they believe that the Muslims' Messiah is hiding. You see that little note that's being dropped there on the right and the mosque there to the left? They write little notes, something like what they do around the Wailing Wall. And they drop little notes in there begging him to show up. Ahmadinejad also financed a huge road that leads directly to this mosque because they believe this is where he will come out of. Now, folks, this is the driving force of this man. Are you all listening to me? Is everybody still with me? Yes. This is the driving force of a man that was just on our soil a month ago criticizing us on our